I really want to share with you some really powerful tools that you can use to help you to run your business with so much more ease so that your business can work like clockwork. Before I dive into this episode, I actually have something I would like to share. I want to say, if you ever have a question that you would love me to answer on here, head over to fea.link/ask Carrie. That's fea.link/ask Carrie. You can fill out a quick form with your question, and I will be going through those and picking out questions to answer. So yeah, if you have anything you'd like me to talk about, then let me know. In this episode, I actually do have someone else's question that I would love to answer because it was a brilliant question. And she said, what processes and systems do I really need to have to get my business up and running from scratch? I love that question because I think sometimes it can feel so overwhelming and confusing when it's like, what systems should I be using and what processes should I have in place? So I really want to share with you some really powerful tools that you can use to help you to run your business with so much more ease. And then I also want to actually drill into the processes that you need to build out in your business over time so that your business can work like clockwork, so that it runs with so much more ease. This is something that I'm always coming back to because I always feel like I need to do a better job with this. Something when it comes to systems and processes, a book that I highly recommend is The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. That's The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. I'll put it in the show notes for you, but it's a brilliant book. I must have read it about 20 years ago when I was building my first business, which feels mind-blowing. But let me kick off this with sharing some tools that I think are really, really helpful. If you're getting started or you've already got started, I think the first thing to think about is, where is this idea of yours? Where is it going to exist? Like, where are you going to write about it? How are you going to organize it in terms of like your ideas, your files, and your, creating documents to write stuff down? Where are you going to put your files, for example? And like, yes, you could have them on your computer, but then what if your computer breaks and you've lost everything? You do not want that when you're building your business. That is very risky. So you want to use something cloud-based. So I use Google Drive. You've got like folders you can create, and you can really organize your folders, and then you can create documents. And the thing I love about it is that then you can share those documents. So if as and when you have people on your team, you can all collaborate on those documents. You can be working on them at the same time. You can add comments to the document. And then it means you can access your files from any computer with any internet connection. You can log into your Google Drive account and all of your files will be there. But Google Drive is where we store all of our files, and I always have, right from day one, is where I've stored all my business files. So it's like, a folder for products, a folder for marketing, a folder for finance, a folder for operations, a folder, where you can then start brainstorming your ideas and plotting your ideas out and writing copy documents for your emails or whatever it is you're doing, or creating your freebies. You start with a Google Doc, start with a doc. So Google Drive, I love it, and it's definitely what I recommend. The next, in terms of organizing yourself and organizing the projects that you need to do, you could obviously use a planner, and I love planners. I love stationery. As you know, if you know, we've got our Carrie & Co stationery range. I love stationery, and I love being able to physically write stuff down. But I also love having it really well organized online. And so we use Asana, and I used Asana before I really had a team as well. And I just used it for myself as a way to kind of get the list out of my head of what I needed to do. So it helped me to stay really, really organized. And then in Asana, I also really like kind of organizing projects. So at the top, I kind of put an important section, and then I put a task which links to the link in Google Drive or the folder in Google Drive where that project exists, and other important links, so that it's easy for me to kind of work between Asana and Google Drive. So Asana is where I'm breaking down my project, and then Google Drive is where the documents exist that I'm working on. So for example, if I'm breaking down a project to create a freebie, then I'm going to break down the steps I need to take in Asana. So it might be, brainstorm ideas for freebies or research ideas for freebies. And then it might be come up with a solid idea for a freebie, create the freebie, as in actually write it out. So again, that's going to link to a document in Google Drive where I'm going to actually physically then create the freebie, like write out the document version of the freebie, then the next task might be design the freebie. So I'm going to take that document of that stuff I've written out, and I'm going to design it into a beautiful PDF workbook. And obviously then I'd use Canva, which is a great tool. So like listing it all out, and then I might be writing copy for social media so that I can promote my freebie, or I'm going to write copy for an opt-in page. So again, that's going to link to a file in Google Drive. Asana is really helpful for me breaking down that project and seeing the steps I need to take. I can set my deadlines for it, and it's also a tool that can grow with you as your company grows. So I personally like Asana. There's obviously lots of other tools out there similar to Asana as well that might really help you. The next thing is then, where are you going to actually host your business in terms of like, obviously for all of us, there's an online element with the business. Maybe yours is fully online business, but we all need to have an online presence. So what are the tools you are going to be using in order to kind of build your online business? So you want to think about, where are you going to host your website and create your website? Where are you going to create your funnels? When I say funnels, I mean, for example, if you're going to have a freebie, well, you need a freebie opt-in page. Then when someone enters their name and email address, they're going to go to a thank you page. So where are you going to create those pages? When somebody then has signed up for your freebie, you need to then send them an email to deliver the freebie to them. So then you need to have an email platform so that you can send your emails. And then how are you going to nurture those people and stay in touch with them? You need a way to be able to send them emails frequently. Where are you going to host your sales page? Where are you going to host your checkout? Where are you then going to also host your products that you're creating and you're selling? Are they digital products like a course or a membership? Is it a physical product and you need an online shop? Like, where are you going to host them at? You need to have a tool or multiple tools for all these things. What happens often when people start a business is they cobble together lots of different tools that can do certain things, and then by the end of it, they've got like a bazillion different tools that they're using, and it's very overwhelming and it's very, very expensive. Really, ideally, I think it's so much easier if you can have like everything in one place and you can create this online business hub, and it's the hub from which you run your business from, in terms of that's where your website's at, that's where your opt-in pages are at, that's where your funnels are at, that's where your email campaigns are at, that's where your sales page, your checkout, all in one place. So you can have like an all-in-one platform or all-in-one tech tool to host them in. I'm obviously completely biased, but I would recommend our platform, FEA Create. It is that all-in-one tech tool, obviously an extension of the Female Entrepreneur Association. So it's a really amazing space for women building businesses and online businesses. And we create beautiful templates, and we build out all sorts of different campaigns that you get access to when you join. So you've got all the funnels there, but it is also a place where you've got other tools, like if you need to have a booking calendar for people to book calls with you, you've also got your social media scheduler in there, so you can schedule your social media from there, your pipelines, your CRM systems built into that, sending emails, hosting your courses, your memberships, and you can create unlimited number of websites and unlimited number of memberships and courses. So that's all built in. So I would definitely try and find a tool that can grow with you without it becoming really, really expensive. A tool that gives you everything in one place, so that it's just so much easier to manage and automate. I will leave the link below if you want to check out a free trial of our platform, FEA Create. I think it's going to be a game changer for you. Those are some really important tools for actually building a business. So Google Drive, Asana, FEA Create, or just having that all in one platform to be able to host your website, build your website, your sales page, all of that good stuff. So then let's look at processes, in terms of what processes and systems do you need in place to actually build your business and get it off the ground. And so I think there are a couple of different processes that you really need to think through. The major ones are like looking at the customer journey. So when you have with the customer journey, you want to get people to discover your business. You then want people to engage with you and to either follow you or subscribe to you and become like warm leads. And then you want those people to buy from you. And then you want to create like an amazing customer experience for those people, so they become very happy customers and they want to tell all their friends and family about you. So if you break that down, you can look at like, what processes do I need to get in place so that I can do this really efficiently? And so I can look at how much of this can I automate. So for example, when it comes to visibility, it's looking at then how are you creating visibility and what processes do you need in place to create visibility. So visibility really relies on the content you're creating, because you can't be visible without saying something. Visibility is about showing up and and speaking your message, whether that's in the form of posts on social media, whether it's when you're networking with people and it's physically what you're saying, whether it's you stood on a stage, whether it's you running Facebook ads or Instagram ads or TikTok ads, it's you showing up to say something. So you've got to create content. So having a process around what content you are going to create that's going to wow your dream audience is really important. What is that going to look like for you? How are you going to be creating really valuable content that's going to help attract your dream audience to you? So thinking through what is the process for that going to be? I think batch creating content is a game changer, and it really helps to it really helps so that you're not like spinning your wheels all the time, like just creating content on this content hamster wheel. Really looking at that so you know what you're going to create and when you're going to create it, and really defining the process around that. Again, like I will link below some tools and resources we've got to really help you with that. So check out the show notes. Once you kind of dialed that in with your visibility and like also the rhythm of like when you're going to be posting out on social media and what platform you're going to be focusing on, and are you going to be doing anything else to create visibility? Like, are you going to be running Instagram ads or Facebook ads or TikTok ads or Pinterest ads? Like, are you going to be growing your visibility through using paid media? And if so, what channels are you going to use? And again, what's that going to look like? Obviously, once somebody comes into your world and discovers you, you then want to warm them up and get them to become like really ideally, you want them on your email list as a subscriber. So how are you going to get them on your email list? How are you going to be doing that lead generation every single day? And again, you want to process around what does that look like? So again, what kind of freebie are you going to create that your audience are going to love? And how are you going to get that out there and promote it to people? What is your process going to be for promoting that freebie to people? And really dialing that in so that you have your systems running. And this is where the automation part comes in, because you can automate this. For example, it might be that you have a freebie, you have an opt-in page for your freebie, and when somebody signs up for your freebie, they get entered into a email campaign that delivers the freebie along with some other information that you want to send them, whether you're going to be selling them something or whether you're going to just be warming them up and nurturing those people on your email list, but they're going to get that funnel. So that's completely automated. So once you've built that funnel, apart from tweaking and tinkering with it to make it better, you don't need to touch it. And then you then look at, okay, how am I going to get people into that funnel? How am I going to get people opting in for this freebie? And so maybe it's that okay, well, every single week on social media, I'm going to put a post out about this freebie. Or when people DM me, I'm going to have a conversation and I'm going to lead people to my freebie. Or maybe it's that you're going to test out running Instagram ads and you're going to run Instagram ads to your freebie to grow your email list. And then that's set up. And then again, that could be something that's automated and that it's running every single day, generating you leads, and you're just tinkering and playing around with it and just making it better. So those are the kinds of processes you need in place so that you can be consistently growing your business. You want to be, building that audience consistently. You want to be nurturing that audience consistently, and obviously then at some point selling to them. So you want that process for how are you creating visibility, how are you kind of generating leads and really warming those people up. And then what is your process for generating the sales? What does that process look like? And how are you doing it? Is it that your process is doing a few launches a few times a year? Is your process that you're going to be selling on evergreen, like selling all the time? Maybe you're going to have, maybe you're going to be using paid media. Maybe you're going to be using ads to promote your offers. Maybe it's that you have offers available on your website, but maybe once a month or a couple of times a month, you're going to email your list and let them know about the offers you've got to promote. Maybe you do that again on social media. So, like once a week or every other week, you're kind of promoting something that you're selling. But what is the process for that? Because if you can dial that process in, again, you can look at how do I streamline this? How do I automate this? And then it's how do I optimize this so I can scale it? But the simpler you keep it, the more likely it is you're going to have a breakthrough, and especially when you can dial in these systems and processes. And then obviously the process for delivering an amazing customer experience. So what is that process going to look like? So you want an amazing onboarding campaign. So when someone buys something from you, you want an amazing onboarding campaign via email. You want to have an amazing setup for delivering what it is that they're buying from you. And how can you kind of really kind of optimize and automate that experience so it's consistent for every single person that kind of buys from you? How can you do that? What can you do? And what are the processes you can build around that? I mean, yes, there are lots of other processes you can build out in your business. We could sit here and talk about it all day long and probably all week long. But I think for me, those are some of the fundamental ones that if you can get right and you can look at, they'll make the biggest difference to your business. A process for visibility, a process for lead generation, a process for selling, and a process for delivering an amazing experience. If you can nail those 4 processes, then it's going to help you so much to be able to build a successful business and to scale your business with so much more ease. So like I said, I will drop some links below to some extra resources that I think can help you on like lead gen, on creating visibility, on making sales. So you can check those out if you want to. And yes, I'm here. So if you've got any other questions, you want to dig deeper into this, message me on Instagram at I am Carrie Green, or email us. I'll put all the details below for how you can get in touch with us. And yes, we are here to help you in any way. I'm here to help you in any way I can to grow your business and to make it really wildly successful. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time on the She Means Business Show.